If we are coming to the realization about men, why are y'all not able to put the pieces together with women? People like Dana Dane, people like this lady, people like that Ashley lady with the makeup, the heavy makeup. These are the type of women who want you to fit a particular aesthetic in order to move forward with their version of women empowerment. Y'all haven't noticed that? They want you, a woman, to conform to their version of womanhood. What the fuck is that? And now y'all can finally see what the fuck I've been seeing. These bitches who want you to conform to their version of womanhood are the very bitches who are still invested in men, whether they believe it or not. Because what the fuck does a nose ring and makeup and wigs have to fucking do with you becoming whole as a woman and having a viable place in society, or to be reverent as what the fuck you are? The portal to this planet, something that should be reverenced. Nobody gives a fuck whether you got blush on your nose. Nobody gives a fuck if you got a ring in your nose. Nobody gives a fuck. But those bitches who give a fuck, you need to be leery of.
I want y'all to conform to my version of womanhood. I was just tagged in a video where some river rat was mentioning me and discussing how my mission on this app is to try to get women to be some type version of womanhood. I don't care what y'all as a collective do. This is when I say that the comprehension just don't be there. I don't know what video you have ever seen of mine where you heard me tell you women as a collective what you need to do as far as womanhood is concerned. I don't care about women as a collective. Some of y'all are trash. How many times have I said this? How many times have I said some of y'all are trash? Right? I don't want to be associated with you, let alone me telling you what you should do when it comes to womanhood. I don't police anybody. I speak my opinion. Are you okay? You don't know the difference between me speaking my opinion about what I see versus me telling you what you should do as a woman. I do not care what you do as a woman. You know why I'm gonna tell you why I don't care what you do as a woman? Because what you do as a woman does not affect me as a woman, right? So when you walk out the house looking crazy, looking stank, looking like trash, that has nothing to do with me. So why would I care? Why would I care? I can tell you the perspective of what it looks like when you walk out your house or present yourself certain ways and what people probably thinking, and you don't have to care about that, right? It's your God-given right to not even care, but it's also my right to tell you. But doesn't mean I'm trying to change you, sweetheart. I'm not trying to change you. I don't care about you that much to be trying to change you. Once I put the information out there, you do with whatever you please. But don't ever get my message confused and think that I have a plight out here to try to change women as a collective. I do not care what y'all do, but I will give my opinion about what you be doing. And I don't care if you like that or not. But please don't ever be stupid enough to think that you on my mind enough that I would want to change you, that I would want you to be a certain type of woman. Keep doing you. I hope you love the results that you get from the way you are.
There's three types of people whose content I refuse to watch. I don't care what they have to say. I just absolutely refuse to watch. Chicks with a septum piercing, right? Now, there is an exception. If their septum piercing is very flush against their nose and I can barely see it, they get a pass. But if it's like a whole bull ring and there's some bullshit hanging out, I'm going to keep scrolling because 9 out of 10, the septum theory has been very much accurate. It's some bullshit that you're about to spew and you talking at the side of your ass. I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. The second person is the chick with the caterpillar eyelashes or the snuffleupagus eyelashes. That shit looks stupid. For 10 years, I have been praying and wishing that that fucking trend would die, but apparently so. Y'all think that it's cute, so your body, your choice. But I can't take you serious, and I already have a predisposed opinion and bias about you. So I don't have any. You have nothing worth me listening to. Chicks who have double nose piercings, right? The ones with the dangle and the charm. In the beginning, it used to be cute, and then I realized that you have to have a certain nose shape for that to work. Because some of y'all be going overboard with it, and it looks like a metal booger hanging out of your face. I'm just too distracted because when you're talking, that shit is like, oh my God, I just want to rip that out. I just keep scrolling too. Honorable mention. Girlies who have like the wide flare base nostrils or just big ass nostrils and they have a nose piercing and the phone is really close up to their face and I could see the backing, I can't help but to notice that's probably a booger. I'm gonna keep scrolling too. And then the last one is like people who do distracting shit, like people who eat or drink and don't know how to close their mouth when they eat or drink. I'm gonna scroll because you have no table manners, you have no home training, and it's fucking disgusting. But yeah, what are your pet peeves? Those are the types of videos I refuse to watch. You know what's hilarious is I guess I am the first woman to bring up the whole septum ring theory because I've seen countless videos by all sorts of men, both the right and the left, and people who are in the middle whose political ideologies are undisclosed. And it always starts off whenever they do a reaction video with, oh Lord, here we go, septum ring. You know how they are. It's always the chick with the septum ring. And so when I watch their reaction videos, it just starts to dawn like, ah, damn, it is true. And I had to go look up what is the septum ring theory? For those who don't know, the septum ring theory is chicks who make their trauma their entire identity and personality. They just suck the energy out of the room. It's woe is me, I'm a victim. So then, just passively scrolling TikTok, minding my own business and everything like that. And then I come across a video with a chick with a septum ring, and it's the same shit as woe is me, I'm a victim, my ex is a narcissist, men ain't shit, men are evil, men are the antichrist, wham. And their energy is just so sucky. And then after a while, it's like, yeah, I'm cool on y'all. I'm not going to watch your video. I'm just gonna scroll. And as soon as I sit there and say in my previous video, hey man, chicks with a septum ring, I'm not watching your video. Then I got chicks with a septum ring in my comment section talking about, but I'm not like that. Sweetheart, I'm not watching your video. But I'm a Christian and I'm a stay-at-home wife. We have nothing in common. I'm not a stay-at-home wife. I work for a living. I'm not a Christian. Why would I watch your content? Like, I have nothing against you. I have nothing against you as a person. Your content just does not interest me. So the fact that I made this announcement says, hey, if you have certain features, I'm not watching your content. I'm not telling you you're a terrible person. I'm not saying that you're a horrible person. Your content just does not interest me. Therefore, I'm not going to watch it. And if I don't watch it, that means I'm not going to engage with it. Sweetheart, go outside and touch grass. Okay? You going to be all right. Go find your people. I am not your people. You don't interest me. Y'all really are that pressed and bothered because I say I don't want to watch somebody's content. Like, the way some of y'all are up in my comment section talking about blocked. Okay. I don't give a fuck. Y'all light my ass up on Reddit and Twitter. I don't give a fuck. I'm still not gonna watch your content, bro. Just like I'm blocking you discriminately in my comment section. If I come across your shit on my FYP, I'm blocking you. I don't want to watch your shit. Move the fuck on. What makes it so ironic is y'all don't have that same smoking energy for the men. And before I even posted that content, there was so many men, whenever they did a response or reactionary video to some of y'all's content, they always started off their video with, oh, here we go. The septum theory. Let's see what she says. This should be hilarious as fuck, right? Didn't take much for me to figure out what the septum theory is. But the fact that I said it, now y'all got all this smoking energy for me. Interesting. I had since moved on, but y'all can't seem to let that shit go. One of the talking points that I see on social media that just irritates me to the core, outside of adults' inability to know the difference between accountability and responsibility, is decentering men. The conversation of decentering men. Decentering men does not mean hating men. Ever since that term decentering men came about, I used to sit there and listen to grown-ass women use it out of context. Just like the way y'all use accountability out of context. Y'all use decentering men out of context. Women who have an extreme hatred for men because they were hurt by them are male-centered. Surprisingly, I know. They hate men so much that their entire existence and how they move and navigate and their inability to move past that hurt and pain has made them way more centered than a woman who is in a healthy, loving relationship. I knew these women who would make this type of content had completely lost the plot when they were calling married women a pick-me. Married women. Married women who would showcase their love and respect for their husbands and highlight and show examples of loving relationships that was built on mutual respect and trust. When I saw that they were calling married women, happily married women, a whole pick-me, or the fact that when a young lady would launch her relationship and make her relationship social media official, and they were getting attacked, being called a pick-me, y'all had completely lost the plot. Oh, you're male-centered. She's not male-centered. She is taking your partner, taking your spouse into consideration when you are making decisions in your life is not male-centered, sweetheart. It's called being a decent human being who is in a committed relationship. Male-centeredness is, oh, men don't like long nails, so I'm not going to go get my nails done. That's being male-centered. Being male-centered is styling your hair, dressing in a way to garner validation and attention from men who is not in a relationship with you. That's what it means to be male-centered. On the flip side of the coin, when you hate men so much that you can't even look at a situation objectively without having to insert men into the situation. Another example of being male-centered is when I have conversations that are specific about women and you're talking about, but what about the men? That's being male-centered. When your entire social media platform and the content that you put out is centered around hating men and how much you hate men and men are the antichrist and they're the devil and they're this, that, and the third, sweetheart, you're centering men. That is centering men. When you sit there and make an entire social media platform or you base your following off of, we need to decenter men, you're centering men. When you are making decisions about your day-to-day life, how you wear your hair, how you dress, what you eat, how much you weigh, and it's on the basis of garnering the attention and approval of a man, you're centering men. When you make being a victim an entire identity and personality and saying that your ex traumatized you, or you're a victim of your ex, and that you can't look at a completely different man without you projecting your ex onto them, you are centering men. It is extremely annoying, and I wanted to go ahead and just put that out there because people keep talking about how do I decenter men, and then it's like they're doing the exact opposite by centering men. It's the same way where people conflate accountability and responsibility. Everyone are saying, well, you need to hold women accountable. I can't hold anybody accountable unless I have legal or financial leverage over that person. That's the difference. I can hold someone responsible by calling them out on their bullshit, but in regards to accountability, accountability is the consequences of their actions. Responsibility is calling them out and acknowledging, whether you take personal responsibility or you hold someone responsible, of saying, hey, you fucked up. So I hope that makes sense. I want to offer some clarity because those two things irritate me to the core. But the more a woman hates a man, the more male-centered she is.
I hope more women get septum piercings so that way we can look like the bulls that we are. So people will know that we have the metaphorical testicles that these fucking men lack. Y'all don't listen. I told y'all these bitches be hypocrites. She talk about something. I'm not watching your content if you got a nose ring. Bitch, shut up. You watched my video and you was triggered enough that you commented. And after further review, listening to her devolve into a misogynistic rant about septum ring theory and how she went on to find out what it actually was because she saw that men were writing it in the comments and she went to see what it was about. Turns out it just so happened to be men upset that women who just so happen to have nose rings come up on the internet and speak their fucking opinions, which just so happen to be opposing to the male agenda, the male misogynistic conservative fucking agenda. And because we can see through all the fucking bullshit and we can see these women like her pushing us into fucking conservatism because they are white male patriarchal conservative ideologies, as if having a septum ring means that you talk too loudly about your fucking opinions. If that's the case, I hope more bitches get them.